Welcome to Being Humankind with your hosts Brian, Mike, and Neely. We explore what it means to be human in a time of disconnection.
What work of art, movie, or book most represents you as a person?
Mm. Well, for artwork, I would say Van Gogh. One where I forget the name of it, but they're in the hayfield, and it's like all hay, and workers are out there and they grab it, and it's just beautiful oranges and golds and blues, and it just captures the spirit. Actually, there's another one too. There's like little like pine tree looking things, and I just love that look. Probably like around France or something like that when he was bumming around, fields and just like the fieriness of it and the raw, uh, orderly chaos of Van Gogh's work. Just lines and the figures are just so beautiful and complex, but also very simplistic. Um, that'd be the art.
So you identify with that?
Yeah, absolutely. It just resonates with me. Van Gogh's one of my favorites, and I just love all of his artwork. And you can see the nervous anxiety in it, the compulsion, just get all his ideas down and slap them onto the canvas. And it's order out of chaos. It's just, and it's the vibrant color. The colors are just so wild. The whole, different palette than what was, around at that time. He changed the vocabulary. And so I like that. We're actually, uh, I like a lot. I also like a lot of on the opposite end of the spectrum. Picasso during his blue period, the guy with the guitar and he's just sitting there. And Cubism. I love Cubism too. Same idea, order out of chaos. Why more subdued colors, but more there's more complexity, more arranged. See, a movie that I identify with. My all-time favorite movie is Rushmore, Wes Anderson movie. I really connect with that.
In what way?
The character is a lot like me, always trying to do a million different things, wanting to be involved in everything, know everything, and sometimes his life, uh, his family connections, his friendships, they pay the price because of his ambition. He has a curt way about him, and he hurts a lot of people, and then he puts it all together at the end. The soundtrack's just amazing. But if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you see Rushmore. Unbelievable film. And then for a book, probably The Razor's Edge, Be Somerset Maugham. And, it's one of my favorite books. I've read it a few times. I really get a lot out of it.
And what do you get out of it?
It's a spiritual quest. Man, in World War One, an ambulance driver. He sees the horrors of war, and he's the beneficiary of a substantial inheritance, but he kind of achieves it and goes bumming across Europe, and then eventually works his way over to India, and he learns spiritual practices. And the people, it's during the Roaring Twenties, and ends up going into the Great Depression. And the people in his socialite crowd, when he bumps elbows with them from time to time, they don't understand why he's on this spiritual quest. So it's a pursuit of a higher purpose, higher meaning. And I identify with that. All the material things in the world don't really mean much if you don't have a rooted connection to who you are authentically.
Yeah, I can see that.
Close runner up, Atlas Shrugged.
Have that right behind me.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm just finishing up my second reading of it. Huge Ayn Rand devotee. A lot of respect for her as a human being. What she overcame in her life. what she accomplished.
And what do you see that as?
Well, she survived the communist overthrow of the Bolsheviks, and she came to the United States not knowing how to speak English, and she became a successful screenwriter. And then she took what she learned from the communist revolution, and she was able to develop and create her own philosophical movement and write 3 of the most impactful books of last 100 years. Atlas Shrugged, I think, is somewhere not close behind the Bible in most translations and being read so much. I don't know how many people have read it.
So bonus question for you. What song do you most identify with?
Ooh, song I most identify with. It's so hard to choose, but one of the songs I really most closely identify with is "The Weight" by the band, and I love the lyrics. I especially like the version in the Waltz concert film they did with it performing with the Staple Singers. It has like a backbeat's a little funkier, and it got like the kind of the gospel vibe to it. Really get a lot out of that.
What do the lyrics say to you?
Lyrics say to me that, we're on a journey and we meet people and we lose people, and no matter what, we get from here to there, and we pick up passengers and the passengers go away, but there's always something to take away from that, and we can help each other get to that destination if we want to.